Today we are leaving wintry Sydney behind and heading to a very hot and humid Singapore. The flight from Sydney takes around 7.5 hours. Thanks to my husband's many years of service in the airline industry, we were upgraded to seats in business class on the upper deck of this Qantas A380. Such a treat. On this particular aircraft type, the seat actually reclines to a full flatbed, so you can get plenty of rest. But as this was a day flight, I chose not to change into the Qantas PJs and instead stayed up and watched some movies. No idea what my husband was doing there. I watched Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy, which I absolutely loved, and I ate lots of really yummy food. I opted for the gin spritz, then the char-grilled Lebanese chicken skewers to start, and the white wine chicken and mushroom, roast potatoes and broccolini as my main. Yes, lots of chicken. And after 4 hours of flying, we are still in Australia. It's a big country. The upper deck has this lovely lounge area where I sat to do some journaling. It was then time for us to begin our descent into Singapore. We landed at around 5 p.m. and after collecting our bags, went straight to our hotel. We're just walking down. Where are we, Chris? What's this place called?
Boat Quay.
Boat Quay. It is absolutely boiling. It's like 30 degrees already, and it's only about, what time? 9, like 10 o'clock in the morning. So hot and so humid. The humidity is the part that's pretty tricky to deal with. Anyway, we've got a day of exploring. So we are going to walk around, see different things, the Raffles bar later, and you're going to come along with us. So can't wait to show you more of lovely Singapore. Our first full day actually coincided with National Day, also known as Singapore Independence Day. This is a major public holiday in the country and commemorates the day Singapore became fully sovereign and independent from Malaysia. There were lots of special events on and a lot of people out in their red shirts enjoying the glorious day. This is the breathtaking view from the Skypark Observation Deck, situated on the 56th floor of the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. we spent time exploring the Flower Dome, which is home to plants from all over the world. This conservatory actually holds the Guinness World Record for the largest glass greenhouse. It's really impressive, and the orchid display was incredibly beautiful. Just next door is Cloud Forest, home to one of the world's tallest indoor waterfalls and exotic plants from around the globe. If you're wondering about the dinosaurs, it's part of a new experience called Jurassic World. If I'm honest, some of them were pretty terrifying. We then ticked a bucket list item off our list. We sipped a Singapore Sling at the Long Bar at the Raffles Hotel, where the drink was first made. In colonial Singapore of the early 20th century, women were forbidden from drinking alcohol in public. The story goes that in 1915, an innovative Raffles bartender by the name of Niam Tong Boon first crafted the now famous cocktail to resemble fruit juice, which made it socially acceptable for women to sip and an instant success. We had dinner at Boat Quay and watched the aerial display and fireworks before heading back to the hotel. After doing more than 27,000 steps, my body battery was pretty low, but it was very much worth it. Such an amazing day. One of the reasons why we were in Singapore was for my husband to compete in the World Aquatics Masters Championships. So after breakfast, we walked to the train station and caught the train to the sports complex for his 200-meter freestyle. He swam a PB even after the huge day we had yesterday, so well done, Chris. After an afternoon nap, we got ready and went to Clarke Quay for dinner. Can you believe that people actually pay to go on this slingshot ride? Absolutely terrifying. Hello everyone, I thought I would pop in and say hello, coming to you from Singapore. So it is Tuesday today, we've been here since Friday evening. We arrived around 5 p.m. on Friday evening and we're just having an amazing time. It's an incredible place. If you've had Singapore on your bucket list, I can highly recommend it. It feels very safe, it's a very clean city, the people are really friendly, lovely. Of course, everyone speaks English because that's one of their languages. Very multicultural, really great vibe about the city. So highly, highly recommend it. We got in at 5 p.m. on Friday. The hotel where we're staying is it's only around 25 minutes from the airport. And it was a really easy drive, just caught their equivalent of the Uber service. And, we managed to actually get out for dinner that night. We were very lucky to have been upgraded on our flight from Sydney to Singapore. My husband's worked for many, many years, over 20 years in the airline industry. So it was really lovely to get business class on the Qantas A380 and we were on the upper deck and there was a beautiful lounge area. So I feel like we were quite rested and relaxed after that flight. So we got in, checked into our hotel and then went out for a walk. We went to Boat Quay for dinner. So that's only about a 10-minute walk from our hotel. So the hotel is really well positioned, really central. There's so many places to eat, so much to do, so much to see. So we're having a really amazing time. Saturday, which was our first full day, he was huge. I think we did something like 27,000 steps that day. It was a big day of walking. We actually didn't realize when we booked the holiday that Saturday was Singapore's Independence Day, so their national day. So while there were lots of road closures, it didn't matter because we were on foot. But so there were lots of celebrations, there were fireworks in the evening, there was an aerial display, the president gave a speech, there was lots of things going on. So, and of course, lots of people in the city celebrating, wearing their red colors and flags. So it was a lot of fun. So it was really cool that we got to actually experience that. We had a lovely dinner again at Boat Quay that night, and we watched the fireworks from there. So there'll be clips of that you will get to see. That was really awesome to experience that. But we had a huge day. Another, I ticked a big bucket list item off, and that was having a Singapore Sling at the Long Bar at the Raffles Hotel. My husband and I have been talking about that for years, doing that together, and we finally got to do it. It was so cool. It's a wonderful bar, really lovely drink with a great history, which I'll tell you a little bit more about later. So it was amazing to experience that. It's a gorgeous hotel, very pricey, but if you ever get the chance to stay there, I'm sure that would be really fabulous experience. So we visited some gardens as well that were quite incredible. Yesterday we went over to Sentosa Island. We caught the cable car over and saw the historic fort that they have there. Of course, there's a big World War II history associated with Singapore. Very challenging circumstances when it was occupied for around 3 years by Japanese forces. So there is a lot of World War II history, and that fort was Sentosa Island played a critical role in their defenses, and there's lots to see there. There's a great museums and displays and all of that sort of stuff. So we did that yesterday, which was really cool. And the cable car over was amazing. We had a lovely lunch. So it's just been wonderful. It's really just been all about sightseeing and enjoying ourselves and getting lots of steps up daily. So it is very hot here. That's probably the only, for me, downside, because I prefer cooler weather. It's been around 30 to 32 degrees Celsius every day and high humidity. So I'm sitting now in my hotel room in the air conditioning, which is amazing. But yes, it is very humid, of course, because we're not far from the equator. So if you visited any countries close to the equator, you know it's just heat and humidity all year round. There's no seasons here. I think the coolest they get is around, 24 degrees Celsius or around there. So yeah, it's pretty hot, but that's okay. Once you're inside, of course, everything is air conditioned, and yeah, so that's all good. But it feels like a really safe city. It's a very clean city. People are really lovely. So if you've been wanting to travel here, even if you're traveling on your own, I think it would be actually a really good destination to visit. So you've sort of got everything, you can have that pool, relaxed hotel vibe. You can have a shopping holiday, of course. Lots of shopping, although that's not what I am here for, but certainly you can do that. There's, history to see. I'm about to head out to visit St. Andrew's Cathedral, which is their oldest church here in Singapore. So originally, I think the original building was from around 1835, if I remember correctly, and then they had to rebuild it for various reasons. So this building that is just literally just outside is from 1850-ish, maybe middle of 1850s. So yeah, it's built in the neoclassical style. So I want to go and have a little look and see what that is all about. My husband's currently swimming because he's here doing the World Masters swimming competition. So I went to his first race, but today I had to do a couple of work bits and pieces, not too much because I am on holiday, but so he's gone off to do that, and I have just got a couple of hours to myself. Yeah, so still lots to do. So today's Tuesday, we don't leave until Thursday evening. So we've still got, a couple of days left of this holiday, which has been amazing. I haven't talked to camera that much. I do apologize. It's just really hot and sweaty out there. So it's, I'm managing to film, but not doing too much talking to camera. But I'll voice over and let you know exactly what it is we're up to and what we're doing. So yes, let's go and continue our holiday in Singapore. just finished exploring St Andrew's Cathedral. It is so lovely. I love visiting cathedrals and old churches. They've got just that incredibly peaceful sort of atmosphere and vibe, and some of the memorial plaques, oh my goodness, they're so touching and moving and beautiful, and I just feel like these spaces are keepers of stories, aren't they? They sort of, I don't know, they're like caretakers of people's hopes and their fears and their dreams, and it's a mixture of hope and of course a lot of suffering and pain as well. Some of the memorials to little children dying within months of each other in a family is really moving, incredibly moving, but it's a beautiful place. So if you get to visit, certainly come and see St Andrew's Cathedral in Singapore. This is the second building on the site, but it's beautiful, built in neo-Gothic style, so really gorgeous. We started the day with a buffet breakfast at the hotel and then headed back to the sports centre for Chris's final race, the 400-metre freestyle. After freshening up, we headed to Chinatown, but I forgot to film, sorry, and then on to Spago, a gorgeous bar and restaurant at the top of Tower 2 at Marina Bay Sands. It really was the perfect end to an amazing holiday. And this, believe it or not, is inside Singapore Airport. It's the Jewel Rain Vortex and is the tallest indoor waterfall, 7 stories high and surrounded by a rainforest. We arrived at the airport very early and so had time to explore a few of the other terminals. We had a lovely lunch and we even sat by the pool for a couple of hours. Yes, there's also a pool airside in Terminal 1. It's apparently the only airport transit hotel in the world equipped with an outdoor swimming pool, a poolside bar, and shower facilities. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed our visit to Singapore. As you can see, I'm back in my study in Sydney. It's absolutely bucketing down, raining cats and dogs. So I'm actually missing the Singapore heat a little bit now. But don't get too comfortable because we're heading off on another adventure in just a couple of days. And I'm going to take you with me again. So remember to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos, any of the content. And do leave a comment to say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. That would be amazing. And again, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to see you in the next one. So until then, take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.